Hello and welcome back to Blindway Business News. In this edition of the programme, I'm joined by Tim Livesey and Bob Smeeton, the Chief Executive and the CFO of Oriole Resources. Oriole, as you may remember, is a gold exploration company looking for gold in Western Africa. The guys were actually on the programme a couple of weeks ago from Cameroon, where they were out there on site. Tim, Bob, welcome back to Blindway Business News. It's been a busy couple of days for you. This morning, you've got an update on the IAMGOLD and your Sinala project. Tim, what's that about? Give us the overview, please.
Certainly, Tim. Well, we've just put out news that relating to our investment partner, IAMGOLD, earning in on our Sinala license, just really the year 4 program. They've just completed, the year 4 anniversary was at the end of February, early March. And they're now completed year 3 and we're moving into year 4. We have a program, exploration program being carried out through Faray, the northern target, and targets in the south. And year 4 is really the culmination of the original option agreement. The original deal was 4 million spend over a 4-year period, and so they're entering year 4 now to complete that.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Let me just now come to Bob. So, Bob, look, there was an underspend from IAMGOLD on the agreement you had with them. How does that leave the relationship? Is it still a positive relationship?
Yes, Tim, I'd say the relationship is very good, actually. The key driver, I think, is the enthusiasm of both sets of geologists for the Faray target, where IAMGOLD are now committed to do a reverse circulation and diamond drilling program kicking off pretty soon. So the small underspend itself, we've reviewed it, we've had a good look at it, and effectively means the air core program was a little bit curtailed, but it will end up with more reverse circulation and diamond drilling in year 4, which is very much what we would like to see.
Okay, well, according to the CFO, Mr. Livesey, geologists get excited about this kind of stuff. So it looks like there's a lot going on in the area around Sinala. So are you an excited geologist, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we know that the prospectivity on the license is great. We've got 5 separately identified prospects with gold anomalism. As Bob mentioned, Medina Barfe and Sarudia in the south of the license are effectively, very close to the IAMGOLD Boto mine development project. So it's interesting and heartening to see that IAMGOLD have got a provisional plan to do some additional work down there in the second half of this of year 4. Faray in the north was the most advanced project that we'd carried forward at Sinala, with some RC and diamond drilling of our own back in up to 2016, and had given us good results. So, we've got over 6 kilometres of anomalous gold at 3 main areas within Faray, and IAMGOLD are following up on their air core program. They completed about 7,000 meters of air core drilling in year 3. And that was really to expand and confirm and expand the anomalism we'd already identified previously from soil sampling programs. In this part of West Africa, there's often a lateritic cover. Sometimes it can be transported. So part of the air core program was to really understand whether that was the case, and how the air core results would tie up with the soil sampling results. And thankfully, that's been very supportive of the work that was done previously. So on our own license, we're very happy. We're moving forward. IAMGOLD are going to do this RC and diamond program at Faray to test the existing drilling, twinning one of the holes, more or less, and also putting a deeper intersection in to see if they can define the plunge of the current already identified mineralization. And then the RC program to extend where drilling hadn't previously been done by Stratix Oriole. So we think that's great. The area itself, I mean, we're so close to the Senegal-Mali shear zone. We've got some fantastic geology there, old Birimian rocks. Structurally, it's a really interesting area, and obviously, one of the key things in these districts is there a district scale endowment? Clearly, there is, because we've got multiple multi-million-ounce gold mines in the area, and prospectivity from recent developments and recent discoveries, such as our targets at Faray and targets around us on neighbouring licences, and of course the Boto Mine Development Project, which IAMGOLD are continuing to spend on in pre-development work this year. I forget the exact number, around about 60 million, I think, in advanced engineering and so on, and pre-work to the mine development decision. So, yeah, we think great news for Senala, great news for the continued relationship with IAMGOLD, and great news for the onward development of a project which is costing us nothing, because IAMGOLD are obviously earning in on it. So we're excited as geologists for the progress. And Bob, I think, is secretly excited to the fact that the money's not coming out of his pocket.
Okay, so look, very exciting gold potential at Senala. And, that was today's news. But yesterday, you guys, I'm not letting your grass grow, are you? Yesterday, you gave us an update on Bibami. Tell us about that, Tim.
Well, yeah, I mean, we last spoke to you from the core shed at Bibami a couple of weeks ago. We're back in the UK now. Drilling has been progressing all the while. We're on hole 9, I think, now. We're about a third of the way through the original 3,000 metre planned programme, 28 holes in total on 4 target areas. What we must remember about Bibami is we've got many kilometres of anomalous gold, and we have zone 2 as well. So we've now moved across to Lower East, and we are going to drill some targets there, and then we're going to do the other 2. So we've got 4 kind of juicy areas to test with this drilling. But this is very, very much a first phase, maiden drill program to follow what we saw on surface in mapping, trenching, sampling on surface vertically, and see whether we can interpret it down into the 3rd dimension, whether it hangs together, and importantly, what the structure looks like, because these areas, the mineralization is very much structurally controlled. And that's one of the reasons we've chosen to do diamond drilling in this first phase, so that we can get some orientation data from that core to really be able to interpret how these vein systems lie. Some of them we suspect are subvertical, but we also see evidence from some of the surface workings of subhorizontal veins. So when you have that sort of box work happening and that intersection of vertical and horizontal veining, you're creating a structural regime where you have opportunity for dilation zones, opportunity for more volume, dropping out of solution, and gold dropping out of solution. So, geologically, it's a perfect trap site. So this first phase of drilling is really, this really is exploratory. We're really following up on what we've seen on surface to get a sense of how it lies in 3 dimensions and how the grade continues with depth, whether there's any plunge component to these systems, that sort of thing. But the guys are moving ahead really quickly. We've got really good core recoveries, great orientations on the core. We've already got the first batches of samples submitted to the labs for analysis. And this is an ongoing thing. We only have 1 drill rig, so we're not going to obviously wait until the end of the program before it all goes into the assay labs. So we'll be putting out results, as they come in. Hopefully, the first batch from the first hole by the end of this month, the end of Q1, and then the bulk of it obviously through Q2.
Okay. Well, so Bob, just to come to you to wrap all this up, we've got the Senala going ahead, we've got Bibami going ahead, we've heard drilling, exciting gold potential for hopefully some really exciting discoveries. What do you see from where you sit, what we're looking at over the next few months in terms of news flow? I mean, Tim's already mentioned stuff going over to the lab. So are we going to be seeing assay results coming back? What do the next few months hold?
Yeah, the next few months are going to be pretty busy from a news flow point of view. I mean, obviously, the work at Bibami, we're going to be sending to the lab in batches and then releasing results in batches over the next few months. We've obviously got some work started in the central licenses in Cameroon, this nearly 3,600 square kilometres, where we're kicking off a stream sediment programme. So there'll be news coming out of that. There's obviously Sonala. But then in the sort of the investment portfolio, this area of legacy assets that we're trying to realise value from, there's actually quite a lot going on there as well. We announced just last week Red Sea Resources getting involved in our Egyptian investment, Tiny Stratex, and likely to see a drill program going there very shortly. There's an ongoing, well-funded drill program at Tiny Stratex Djibouti, where there'll be results coming in from that investment. And there's also a drill program going on in Turkey at the Hasan Çelebi site, where on resource definition, we get a step closer to a $500,000 success-based payment. So a huge amount of drilling results coming in across everything. We've also got our financial results coming out very shortly, our 2020 numbers that we have soon. And then because of the way things have gone for the share price and the warrant exercise from the October fundraise, we've had quite a lot of incoming money from the warrants, which I know the constant RNSs have annoyed a few investors who've commented on it when they see warrant exercise. But actually what it's doing is providing money for the next phase in Cameroon. So that will obviously be results driven by what we get out of Bibami, what we get out of the stream sediment sampling in central Cameroon. But it means we'll have cash to move straight on to what we think is the next step in those areas. So, those RNSs about warrants are maybe a bit annoying, but they're actually really good news in terms of keeping the news flow going over the rest of 2021.
Well, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Tim. That was a great update. That was Tim Livesey and Bob Smeeton from Oriole Resources updating on their gold exploration activities in West Africa, but also, as Bob Smeeton mentioned, unlocking some of the value from some of those legacy assets as well. That's it from Blytheway Business News for this edition. Thank you for watching.